Okay, next up I started potting some plants on the windowsill, and I've got some of the seeds left. So that's some peas, and the rest I'm not sure, I'll have to look it up, but I think it's well, one is some kind of root, kohl, Weißkohl, and the other one is palmkohl, but I don't know the English names right now. And these, those are tomatillos, some leftover tomatillos. So I just don't want to throw the seeds out. I don't have any more room on the windowsill, so I'll just put them in here and we'll see how they, or if they get going. So regarding the temperature here, I came with a jacket on top, I took that off already. Now we are above 30 degrees Celsius, and I'm even taking the sweatshirt off. And just to give you a comparison, we had frost outside during the night time, so you can see the effect of a greenhouse, what it does. And then here we've got the additional layer, so maybe it will work out with the seeds I'm putting now. Let's hope so. In case you're asking yourself why I have them in these shot glasses, they're usually used for our Zuika. Very good, Karpatenklatsche. If you ever come by Dupagard, be sure to try it out. But I put the seeds in here together with some warm water. I kept them overnight. And it's meant to give them this, start shot. Kind of what they usually have when it rains outside. It's the sign for them to start going out of the soil, if the temperature is also okay. And this soaking them overnight just helps to give them the sign. And if you put seeds in the ground, always be sure to water them thoroughly after doing that. And you may have noticed I also watered the ground before, also where I put the seeds, just to, it should really be soaking wet, so the seeds know they're in a good environment to start coming out. Maybe you saw I was sitting on the edge of the bed right here, and one of the reasons why I love those high beds. And there's always a discussion about these things. I was at the food forest gathering last weekend, and there I heard someone talking about beds, and she said that those high beds actually are very ineffective, and she prefers Hügelkulturen. So those kinds of beds where you put thick wood in the middle, then a little bit thinner wood around, and then it kind of stacks up to a pyramid. And I don't know, I wouldn't say one is better than the other, and there are so many ways to do your beds. It just depends, like most things. It depends on what you need, what you want to do, where you are. So if you do a one of these Hügelkultur in a place where the wood breaks down super slow and you also take the wrong kind of wood, you won't be happy with your Hügelkultur. And also high beds. It really depends. I love the high beds. Maybe I'll also try Hügelkultur at some point, but I think in our climate you really have to take care to choose the right wood and really make sure that it starts to decompose after a reasonable period of time, and also to do it properly, like smaller woods on the outsides, compost probably on top. Otherwise you'll have the solid wood for ages. And yeah, I love what I have here. Tour what I have here. First week of March. We have got a row of spinach, which is coming out, some quicker, some slower, probably because I didn't water properly in the beginning. Here we have some onions coming out, leech. Those are all leftovers from last year. I didn't actually plant them actively. Here we've got the kresse, I'm not sure in English, more leech, some brassicas. I started very early just because I had some old seeds left over. So that's what I really like to do in general. If I have seeds left over, instead of just throwing them out. Same with plants I have left over. If I have the space, I put them out. Same goes for here. Those seeds I bought a few years ago and officially they're not good anymore. But I just threw them in here in January, I think. So very, very early. And as you can see down there, actually some of them sprouted. There's also lots of herbs I didn't plant. This is the famous loboda. It's a wild herb which used to be cultivated. And what's nice is that actually many of the wild herbs which we find in our gardens are edible, but you should know what you're doing. But this loboda is still used here in this region. It's interesting. I don't dislike it, and here they put it in the placinta, which is what could you compare it with? It's some dough and you just put something tasty in the middle and fry it. So it's actually pretty delicious. I love it. So I also don't take all of them out. Of course, here when they're next to, what do I have here? Giganto di Napoli, cauliflower. So if they're too near to my cauliflower, of course I have to take them out because I'm prioritizing what I planted. But as long as they are in some distance and don't get into my way, why should I take them out? They're nice just for nibbling now and then when I'm in the garden. And then when Joanna's mother is here and we've got some opportunity for good placinta, I can also give her some of that. Yeah, what we see here is this annoying grass. I forgot the name in English, but it grows everywhere. Quecke in German. And it even made its way into the high beds. This is the third year of the high beds. So yeah, it was bound to happen at some point. I'm happy it resisted for so long, but now it's coming through. The good thing is, it's nice soil, so it's also fairly easy to take it out. So yeah, it's a myth that you can get along without weeding. Even in permaculture, of course, we want to have all kinds of plants and biodiversity, but there are just some species that tend to take overhand. And since we're trying to grow food here, and that's something you should keep in mind, also if you're permaculture and love nature, you should also take care to have some output that benefits you, because you put lots of work into this, and if you don't have a benefit for yourself as well, then in the long term it's not sustainable. So actually it's a part of working sustainably to also take care of yourself and prioritize what's important to keep you going. Otherwise you won't be there to spread the good and do something good for nature. Go out. It looks sunny and I'm sweating in here, but outside it's cold. So put that on again.